On that guy.
Wow. Yeah. Tell me. I I didn't do ornaments this week. I'm sorry, but I did.
But what you did was beautiful, Billy.
I do. Thank you. I do have a couple of things. A, a friend of mine that works in a wood shop recently gave me some more offcuts, and so I thought I had this chunk of. Well, it was 3 pieces of 3/4 inch alder glued up into a 2-inch square, probably 10, 11 inches long. And I cut it in half and said, I want to do an off center turning or a multi-axis turning. So I turned this little twig pot, and you can see it's 3-sided,
There you go.
top and bottom. And I didn't really hollow it out because I don't have any small hollowing tools. So I just drilled it out with a Forstner bit that was about the diameter I wanted, and finished it with Howard feed and wax, because I think this alder just really didn't need to shine. It's got enough protection on it from the feed and wax, but I'm kind of happy with it. Just a little 4-axis turning. So the day after that, I thought, I want to do something with that other piece of alder that I cut off. These are pretty much proof of concept pieces because this alder is so soft. And so I thought, let me turn a goblet, but let's do it a little bit different. Let's put a twist in it. So as you can see from the angle of this right here, it does have a twist.
Oh, wow.
So I used it again, 4 axes, but this time, instead of going from point 1 to point 1 and then 2 to 2 and 3 to 3, you go 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 and 3 to 1. And that gives you a little bit of twist. And I've done boxes like this in the past, but I've not done anything quite this small. And like I said, this was pretty much just a proof of concept. And this alder was it's really pretty soft wood, and it turned very quickly, but I can't get much light down in there, but that's the inside. This I did hollow out. I didn't drill it.
So Dane, you're going to get him to do a demo on this, right?
So
yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah, thanks for reminding me on that. Yeah.
Well, he just did
I already
video
tried
on it. It's on his YouTube channel. I saw it. I was watching
that's
it
right.
live.
This except for parting it off and finishing the bottom, I did the whole thing in an hour and a half live. So, but this alder is soft enough that it turned pretty quick. The next thing I'm doing is probably going to be about the same size pieces, but from SIPO, otherwise known as African mahogany to some. But it's just a little something. This one I finished with 4 coats of shellac, and then just hit it with some Axe polish and restoring paste just to give it a little bit of a gloss, but not too much.
So Billy, on the 4 axis,
Yeah.
what were your dimensions off of center?
On this
So
one,
and so that's what, 2 inches?
yeah, these were 2 inches. So on this one, it was probably 1 3/4 is where I put my marks on each end.
1 3/4 from each axis, or from the center?
From the outside. I'm sorry. So that would have been maybe 3/4 of an inch off center.
For all 4 from the center point.
From the center to these from the center to these 3 looks to be maybe, I don't know, 5/8 of an inch.
Okay.
This one
looks like a good demo to me.
This one was
Oh,
different.
I've got him, Bob.
This one was different because of, a different dimension. So this one was the same, about a 5/8 of an inch thereabouts to the points from center. This one was closer to 3/8 of an inch from center. Maybe, no, it's more than 1/4. Yeah, about 3/8 maybe. And so this one was canted a little bit But again, 1.1 to 0.1, 0.2 to 0.2, 0.3 to 0.3. And it looks, when you, and that's all between centers, by the way. And when you get those things spinning, when you first try a 4-axis turning, it can be a little daunting because you got this whirly majig just doing dances around the lathe, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But I did those at about 1200 RPM. So
Use the strobe light. Strobe light stops it.
oh yeah, well, I could have,
But
but you just watch the shadow. But the one of the key
Right.
points or key things is
Mhm.
uh, turn a tenon like fixture at each end about just bigger than the dimension that you want to go to, because that'll give you a place to put your points. But more importantly, I draw a line and then I turn down to that line. When I know I'm at that line, and when I hit that line and I know that I've gone far enough on that end, and then I'll go over here and turn down to the line over here. But I've got a video for this one. I videoed this one, but I don't have it up yet because the monitor in this laptop crashed on me, which is why I'm watching y'all on the TV up there. It looks like I'm looking up at you. And I just was cleaning up my hard drive. My son-in-law is building me a new laptop. So hopefully after the new year, I'll get this thing edited and put up.
Nice.
Do you
Good job.
Thank
you.
I'll
Thank you. So
be
yeah,
talking with,
if the live demo is not going to be a problem.
Do you draw
Oh.
the piece to pick up your centers? Or guess at it?
I don't understand.
Do you draw the piece to pick up your, to come up with the centers?
Oh, yes, sir. I draw the end. I
Yeah.
use a compass.
Yeah,
I find the center of the piece, and then I use a compass and set whatever diameter that I want. And so I'll draw that circle,
yeah.
and then I'll divide that into 120. And I show you in the video, I think I did, how I might not have been the live, but I do in the video. I show you how to get your 120-degree centers the easy way using that same compass and radius. You just keep the same radius that you use to draw your circle, draw a line through the middle, and just an arbitrary line as long as it goes through the middle, and pick a point on that circle that intersects with that line. That's for your first mark. And you stick the compass in that first mark and then draw another mark on each side where it intersects the line, move it, do it again, move it, do it again. That it ends up giving you 6 marks around the circle, but you only need 3 of them for 120 degrees.
Yeah.
So you skip one, that's your mark, skip one, and that's your mark. It's no math required. It's actually pretty easy.
So if you wanted to do 6 axes, you could do that with using the same process.
Yes, you actually, yes, you could. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do next, just because I want to see what.
Awesome. Awesome.
I've not done 6. I've only done 3. But I've done boxes, the 3-sided boxes. I've done them with twists. They actually look pretty cool with a twist, especially if it's a bigger piece and you actually can see the twist a lot better.
I've done candle holders that way, tall ones. They got big long twists on them.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting on the 6. You could
Jim, you
skip
need to
every
smile
other
when you're
one.
sitting there.
What?
You need to smile when you're sitting there.
I'm
Like a
thinking,
grumpy old man.
I'm thinking.
What were you saying, Jim?
If you did 6 axes, instead of skipping 1, you skip 2. And that would give you more twist. You could still
Yes.
have 6, but you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or
Yeah,
3, maybe even 3, because you did it with 1 to 3 before.
Right.
You could even skip 3.
Skip two would give you the same degree of slant, but 6 facets instead of 3.
Yeah,
Right.
that would be
Interesting.
cool.
yeah. Yeah, I wasn't
But-
kidding about strobe lights. They really work, but you
Right.
gotta watch some people are deathly sick of strobe lights. Oh my.
Yes.
Oh,
God.
yeah.
I mean, they walk in and just heave.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, I
yeah.
mean, and it's not good for epileptics either.
Oh,
So if doing a 6 axes, or actually it end up being a 7 axes because you got the center point, but
so,
doing a 6, skipping one would give you more of a twist
Yeah.
between the 6 axes. That's a cool idea. I think I'll try that, Jim. Thanks.
yeah. But you could even skip 2 because the one you did, you
Right.
actually are skipping 2, right?
Yeah.
But you get 6 with the slope of a 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now I can smile.
There you go.
Right.
You see, I got my candlestick. This got a twist in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let me go back to, hold on. Stick right there, Scott. Hold on.
Yeah, bring that
Yeah.
back. That, I didn't see it. That looked cool.
On a candlestick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Get it closer to the camera. We want to see it.
See,
Looks
there's the
cool.
top. You can see the,
Yep.
Yep.
If I had made my little bud vase
and it's not
with
glued
a
in.
twist, it would
Yeah.
be almost that. Yeah.
My
Oh,
green
wow.
screen's kind of throwing the picture off, so.
That's
Ah,
cool.
looks good.
I like it. Looks
You
very
should see
nice,
That
Scott.
thing wobbling around on the lathe though, is,
Yeah,
I
boy,
know.
right?
It looks
Yeah.
looks wicked. It'll scare you if you
yeah, you just got,
If you let it.
if you let it.
you let it, yeah.
and make sure you sand it before you change the axis.
Oh, absolutely. And I go into that, and I mentioned that in the live, and I sanded before I moved, and I also bring it up in the other video that I'll be putting up. But yeah, you want to make sure that you sand these areas before you
Move on, yeah.
move on. Otherwise, you're going to be doing a lot of hand sanding.
And now I've turned them and I've used I hate the term of it, but I use a roughing gouge because I don't want any tool flex. And I feel like I can get better control and I can slice with a roughing gouge. And that's what it is. It's a pure D slice. And
That's what I used on my candlesticks is a roughing gouge.
You can slice with all the traditional tools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Right
use,
on. Thanks,
in
Billy.
fact, I did these, as you'll see, except for when it came down to doing the stem and the beads and stuff. I did these with those I did with my skew, but most of my cutting I did with my 1.5 inch spindle gouge, believe it or not. But yeah, I kind of like it. Oh, one of the things that kind of scared me when I chucked this up, I put basically I just lost the word. That whatever that waste thing is that you put on a live center to stick in something so you don't.
Soft.
Jam chuck.
Yeah, soft touch. That's what it is. Okay, so I took one of my soft touches and stuck in here when I put it back between centers. And as I was working on it, this alder is so soft, you can see the flex in this wood when you turn it. So I had to be careful.
Yeah, I bet. Right on. Good info, Billy.
Thanks.
I'll give you a call here in the coming days and we'll get you set up in January.
You got him, May.